welcome back to Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with another rant stroke thought of the day. This one is going to be a rant. It's all about what the media are talking about yet again about Newcastle United and the same old boring narrative that comes up all the time. Yes, money talks. It's all about the money. Show me the money, as Jerry Maguire would say. So, non-surprisingly, that famous station that we love so much that will never be invited on TalkSport. I saw some pop up on Twitter the other day when they were like Simon Jordan and Jim White were talking about Newcastle United qualifying for the Champions League. We're still yet to do it. As I record this video, we've still got to play Leicester. Hopefully we'll beat them. One more point is all we need, and then we're Champions League for next season. But Jim White was saying that everything's rosy, everything's brilliant in the garden of Newcastle United, and then Simon Jordan was saying we'll struggle to do it next season and everything else. And he made some valid points, to be fair, Simon Jordan. Simon Jordan is not the guy that has prompted me to do this video. So there was a comment underneath. Now, I don't like to try and draw podcast wars, but there was a very famous Manchester United YouTuber who shall remain nameless, who acts a bit like David Brent, sounds a bit like David Brent, probably is really a little bit like David Brent. And he commented underneath and he said, well, of course they will, given how much they can spend now. Now, that really just fucking annoys me. It really does. This boring narrative that gets thrown out by these salty fans that are pissed off that we're being bought by the PIF of Saudi Arabia, one of the richest people on the planet. Right, let's just get this straight. Let's get this out there and get this straight. Newcastle United have had a fantastic season, okay? Have we invested? Yes, we have, right? But look at the best players we've had in the squad this season, right? Callum Wilson, 18 goals, was here before the takeover. Sean Longstaff, vital midfield kingpin in this team. Energy, legs, here before the takeover. As a matter of fact, one of your former Manchester United greats nearly ran him out of town. Who else we got? Miggy Almiron, season of his life. You know, was top goal scorer, over 10 goals this season, here before the takeover. Joe Linton, transformed from a shit striker into a midfield warrior, here before the takeover, to name but a few. You could throw Jacob Murphy in there the way he's playing. You could throw Emil Kraft in there the way he's playing. We signed Dan Burn for 13 million quid. Manchester United weren't queuing up to sign Dan Burn. You spunked 80 odd million quid on Harry Maguire, who can't kick his own arse. Dan Burn looks like prime blooming Nesta compared to Maguire. He's absolutely shit. He couldn't defend a sandcastle if he had 3 rocks in front of it. He's awful. He's absolutely terrible. And Manchester United fans think it too. Fabian Schär in that team here before the takeover. There's another one. 3.5 million quid. Kieran Trippier. Where were Man United with Kieran Trippier? You ain't got a good right back. You signed Wan-Bissaka, who I'm going to check in a minute. Well, let's do your transfers here. You know, you didn't go for Kieran Trippier. 12 million quid Kieran Trippier was. You know, yes, we spent 40 million quid on Sven Botman and 40 million quid on Bruno Guimaraes, right? And 63 million pound on Alexander Isak, right? But let's get this straight. Alexander Isak has been injured most of the season. He wasn't available until March. So 63 million quid out of the 200 million quid that we spent wasn't available until March anyway. So this boring narrative of it's all about the money is just absolute tripe. It really, really is. You know, and you're just peddling shit. You know, let's get real here. The reason Newcastle United have qualified for the Champions League, right, is down to one man, Eddie Howe. And what Eddie Howe has done with mediocre players that we want to get thrown in the bin, players that we'd had enough of, players that we thought were never going to be good enough for this football club to even keep us in the Premier League, let alone in the Champions League. Eddie Howe has transformed these players. He's seen something within them. He's ignited a spark. He's fanned the flames, and he's turned them into fantastic footballers who are vital and integral to this football team and to have us finishing in the top 4, hopefully, potentially. I don't want to jinx it. But start giving the guy a bit more respect and stop going on about the money all the time. I know it's because you're pissed off. I know it's because you're annoyed because your club is maybe holding back. You look at the way Spurs are spending. Liverpool whinging they can't get deals for Jude Bellingham. You know, Jude Bellingham's one of the most expensive players in the world. No wonder you can't get a deal from him. You go to Real Madrid, right? But that's just the way it is. Your finances are being hampered now by FFP. You've had it all your way for so long. But going back to this guy who commented, who's the Manchester United fan, talking about the money, he always pulls off the money. Let's just rattle off a few transfers, shall we, that you guys have signed this season. Anthony, 95 million euro from Ajax. Casemiro, 70.65 million euro from Real Madrid. Lisandro Martinez, 57.37 million from Ajax. Who else have we got here? You got a couple of loan fees in there as well. You got is there Malaysia from Feyenoord, 15 million euro. You go back the season before, yeah. Let's go back the season before. So you had Jadon Sancho, 85 million euro. You had Rafa Varane, 40 million euro. Ronaldo came in for 70 million euro on about 2 million a week or whatever it was. You spent 243 million euro this season, and then you spent 140 odd really the season before. So don't try and turn around and plead poverty and complain, that the Glazers haven't given you any money to buy players. They give you plenty of money to buy players. We went 10 years being pretty much underfunded by Mike Ashley. He didn't spend a penny if he could avoid it. The season we finished fifth, the last time we even sniffed European football prior to Sir Bobby Robson getting to the Champions League, this guy went out and bought Vernon Anita for fucking 3 million quid or something. That was it. Didn't buy anybody else. So this boring line of it's all about the money needs to be thrown in the bin. Mainstream media, you need to do better than that. You need to throw them in the bin. Stop talking about the money all the time. It's pure saltiness by fans. YouTubers and stuff you cannot control. They're going to say what they're going to say to get the clicks that they're going to get, right? But at the end of the day, yes, Newcastle United have money. Yes, they've spent money, but they hadn't spent money for years and years and years. So if you break that down over the length of the Ashley period, and what we spent in the last couple of transfer windows probably would antiquate a real low outlay on players over the Ashley era. His commercial deals were terrible. This club has been underinvested in for so long that PIF, Amanda Staveley and the Rubens had to put some money into the playing squad. They simply had to stay in the league. And we have stayed in the league, and now we're looking to push on to the next level. And we will sign better players, and it will cost more money, and the salt will continue to sprinkle all over Newcastle United's journey to success. And it's just going to be the way it is. But give Eddie Howe some credit, give him some respect. He's up for manager of the season, and rightly so. I voted for him, and I'm sure a few neutral fans voted for him too, because what this man has done with that list of players that I've just given you is nothing short of phenomenal. So give this guy the respect he deserves, and such a good coach that he is, and stop moaning about what's in the bank balance. So this is me done for the rant of the day. If this is the kind of thing that you guys like, please consider subscribing. We'd love you to come on board. We're over 3,400 subs. Smash that button. Come and join us. Loads of content. 2 weekly shows, Mondays and Wednesdays. Be changing a little bit in the preseason, but for a minute, it's Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm popping videos just like the rant you just watch, and smash a like before Mark tells me off. It really helps the channel grow. Until then, this is Chris signing off. Let's keep supporting that team. We'll call United. God bless Eddie Howe for the great coach that he is, and stop talking rubbish, you salty fans. We'll catch you later. Cheers.